Yo, welcome back to another episode 11. We back. If y'all new here, make sure y'all go hit that sub button, go hit that notification bell, so y'all don't miss any of the content coming up. Um, we getting to the end of these videos, so that means we're about to start back testing strategies, live trading, paper trading, doing all that fun stuff. So yeah, make sure y'all hit that notification bell so y'all don't miss any of the videos coming up. Make sure y'all go in the description, hit the Discord link if y'all want to be just around the community of traders. You got questions, anything like that, go ahead, hit the Discord. Also, Twitch, go ahead, hit that link too. Follow me on Twitch. That's where I'll be live when I'm doing all my back testing, trading, whatever with the guys. We'll be over there on Twitch, so y'all can hop over there, hop in with us live, chat it up with us, whatever the case may be. I'll post those videos over here too, but if y'all want to be live with us in the experience, man, as I go from just starting out to starting to make money in this process, go ahead and hit that link in the description. Yeah, so today we got funded accounts. So my understanding of funded accounts before we even get into the video, if I could break it down in a quick way, pretty much once you find a strategy that works for you, back tested it, you consistently making profit off of it, and you want to scale without using your own capital, funded accounts is the way to go. You basically, from my understanding, is you buy a funded account, you got to pass a certain amount of like tests or whatever the case may be, and then once you basically prove to these people that you can trade, they will give you an amount of capital to trade with, and then they just take a percentage of whatever you make. So that's my understanding of funded accounts. So I'm gonna quit talking, and we're gonna see what TGR got to say about it.
What's going on, guys, and welcome to the funded account portion of the path to profitability. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining what funded accounts are, how you guys can use them to your advantage if you are somebody with low capital, which again, the vast majority of us when we were starting trading, and for you guys getting into trading, you guys don't have a lot of capital to start with, so it's difficult for you to be funding a live account with the small amount of money that you guys have right now, which okay, that's completely fine. There's no shame in that. These companies, these prop firms, are going to be a huge tool for us to be able to scale our capital fast, for us to be able to leverage their capital and be able to pay a small amount of money from our low amount of capital to be able to leverage and trade with a high amount of capital through these prop firm account challenges. So with that being said, let's talk about what prop firms are. So prop firms are essentially a company that we can pay a small fee to, where they are going to give us a trading challenge. And within this trading challenge, we have to just be able to pass and hit a certain profit target without going down and losing a certain amount of money, which is our drawdown. Now, each one of these prop firms is going to have different sets of rules. There's also different types of accounts on every single prop firm. There's some prop firms where you don't even have to pass a challenge in order to get live funding, but there's stricter rules in order for you to get a payout. Now, again, before we go into that, what I want to explain to you guys is why this is beneficial for you guys as lower capital traders. So most of these prop firms have $50,000 accounts, $100,000 accounts, $150,000 accounts, $25,000 accounts, right? And that's a much larger amount of capital than you guys are typically going to be able to afford, right? On just a regular live account. Do you guys have $50,000 that you can just send straight out from your bank account into a brokerage account? Probably not. Do you guys have $100,000 that you guys can wire straight from your bank account into a brokerage account? Probably not. But these prop firms, they are going to give us the opportunity to be able to be trading with that amount of capital. But first, we have to prove that we are able to pay with that amount, trade with that amount of capital by trading and passing a trading challenge. So again, depending on what prop firm you use, I'm going to go over two prop firms that are very good, some of the biggest leaders in the industry, and we're going to break down some of their accounts. But depending on what prop firm and what company you decide to go with, then their account challenges are going to be built out a little bit differently. There's going to be some that are more expensive than others that might make it a slightly easier for you to pass, that maybe give you a higher potential payout. There might be accounts that are a little bit cheaper, but it's a little bit more difficult to pass, and the payout cap is a lot tighter, where let's say I'm on a $50,000 account, a $50,000 funded account, and I only pay, let's say, $79 for it, then the process of being able to pass that challenge and then get to a live account to then be able to potentially make money and then request a payout from it, you are going to have a slightly more difficult time. And then on top of that, the payout that you're going to be able to potentially receive is going to be slightly smaller than something that costs a little bit more, that you're pretty much paying for a slightly easier challenge for you to pass, and then also a larger payout cap. So with that being said, hopefully you guys have already heard about prop firms, and if not, hopefully that was a good explanation of, we are paying money to be able to prove that we are profitable. So this is very, very key. Before just jumping into prop firms and into buying all these accounts saying, I can't wait to make $2,000, or I can't wait to make $5,000 from this prop firm, from this prop trading account, because they're giving me all this money to trade with. Yes, that is the case, but you also have to understand, not many people are able to pass these account challenges, and it's for a good reason. It's because you genuinely have to be good at trading in order to pass these challenges. Now, as you guys know, throughout the past 12 days, we've been talking about all of these different things and different confluences to help you guys get good at trading, but also we haven't even discussed strategy yet. We haven't discussed risk management. We haven't talked about entries and exits. Okay, so
at Full Sail, our technology programs are designed with a different approach to learning. We let our students get hands-on and start creating.
If you guys are brand new beginners starting from day one all the way up until this point, you guys aren't even fully there yet in order to be able to buy one of these things. But again, like I was saying at the beginning of this video, it is a super, super valuable tool that's going to help you guys scale up your capital very, very, very quickly. However, what do you need before that? You need to have the skill of day trading. Let's think back to day 2 of what even is trading. What is trading all about? It's being able to predict with a high probability where price wants to go on a daily basis, right? And if we're unable to do that, then we are going to be unable to pass these funded account challenges, and we are going to be unable to make money from the markets, because in order, just like on a live account, just like on a demo account, just like on a prop trading account, in order to make money, in order to have a positive P&L, you need 1 trillion% need to be a good trader, okay? Point blank period, you need to have the skill of trading. So with that being said, let's show you guys 2 of some of the best prop firms within the space, and let's go over their rules and why these are going to be beneficial for you guys. So the first one that we have here today is Alpha Futures, okay? And the nice thing about Alpha Futures, again, and they have it on their very front page, is they have the largest payout cap. Okay, so as we can see here, the industry normal is around $1,200 to $5,000 max withdrawals at all these other prop firms in the space. However, with Alpha Futures offers a max withdrawal of $15,000 per standard or advanced account, which is pretty insane, and that's why they are one of my top choices for prop firms to recommend to you guys. Okay, so again, like I mentioned, there's several different plans, and they all are useful for different things. So this one right here is the...
Now, y'all, as y'all can see these are $100 a month, $199 a month. So you do not want to just jump into these like, oh yeah, I'm about to pay this and have this money, and like, you want to be confident. You want to have demonstrated that you are able to be a like profitable trader before you just jump into these accounts and start blowing these accounts.
Alpha Zero plan, okay, which means that there's 0 activation fee, okay? And what are the account sizes that we can choose from? We can choose from a $50,000 account and a $100,000 account. And again, like I said, all of these different account styles, the 0 plan, the standard plan, and the advanced plan, they all have different rules and they all have different regulations that you need in order to be able to pass, in order to be able to receive a payout. And there's nothing to say that, oh, this one's better than this one's better than this one. It really just depends on your trading style, and it really depends on what you are trying to do with the account. So just like I was just saying that there's no like definite this one's better than this one, but the vast majority of people when they are trading on alpha futures are typically going to be trading on the alpha futures advanced plan. Okay, people across the industry say the alpha futures advanced accounts are some of the best accounts, and it's because of that massive payout that you can receive. Okay, so we can see that there's an evaluation phase. You have to be trading for a minimum of 2 days. Your profit target, so again, this is your evaluation. This is your challenge. Your goal on this $100,000 account is to make 8%. You need to make $8,000 on your $100,000 account. On top of that, your maximum position size that you can enter in is 10 contracts. So you are going to be able to enter in with 10 contracts maximum per trade. And trust me, guys, that is plenty of contracts for you guys to be able to trade. Unless you guys are trading on like the the seconds time frame, trust me, 10 contracts is plenty to trade with. So this is not limiting you whatsoever. And then the max amount of drawdown that you can go down is $3,500. So what does that mean? That means if I'm trading on my $100,000 Alpha Futures Advanced Plan account, that means I cannot have the account go down to, what is that, $96,500 in total equity or balance, okay, or else I lose the challenge and I end up failing. And if I fail, then this money goes down the drain. And we're actually going to talk about that in our risk management lesson, talking about how you guys can actually manage your risk when you guys are buying and paying for these prop firms, because you guys have to understand, a lot of people think that these prop firms, like, they don't cost any money for whatever reason because they're just thinking about the potential payout that they can get from them. But at the end of the day, it is very real money that you're putting on the table, and a lot of people don't realize that it's real money until after they blow the account, and then they're like, wait, I just lost $279. I'm going to freak out now. Okay, so let's not do that. And again, during the challenge phase, there's obviously going to be no profit split, because during that time, you are just trying to prove to the prop firm, in this case it's Alpha Futures, that you are a good trader in order to be on a qualified account, so that you guys are able to get an actual profit split. You can reset the account for another $279, which means, again, if you fail and if you hit this max drawdown, then you can reset it for the same cost, which is nice. There's no daily loss limit, which is nice. And again, like I was saying, depending on what prop firm you use, Alpha Futures is one of the more expensive prop firms in the space, but it's for a good reason. Not only is it for a good reason because you can get the largest payout in the space, but also you have a very big consistency rule, okay? Most prop firms are anywhere from like 30 to a 40% consistency rule. In this case, Alpha Futures is a 50% consistency rule, meaning in order for you to pass the evaluation phase, you need to be able to split your winning profits across 3 trades at the minimum, okay, in order for you guys to be able to pass with this consistency rule. So it pretty much means you can't have the vast majority of your profits being over 50% in order to pass this challenge. Okay, from there, there's also some other rules, like, yes, you are able to hold through news. Now, I don't want to bore you guys and stay on here and just go over, hey, this one it's this one's it's this. I actually have a free doc for you guys that is going to have the information on all of the Alpha Futures accounts, and then also all of the Tradeify accounts, which is the prop firm that I'm going to go over next. That is linked down in the description. So if you guys want to go to that Google Doc and you guys can click on it, you guys can download the PDF. It breaks down pretty much the pros and the cons.
Let's see if it's in there. Oh, here you go, right here. Funded account cheat sheet. Google Doc right there. I'm not gonna check it out right now. I'll check it out later, but just so y'all know.
Of every single account that these two prop firms have. And on Tradeify specifically, they actually are doing something really sweet for you guys. by making it for this video and for me only. If you guys want, there's a one-time use code of TJR40 for you guys to be able to get a 40% discount on literally every single one of these accounts. So you guys will be able to get a 40% off discount on a growth 50K account. You guys can get a 40% discount on a select 150K account. You guys can get a 40% off on a lightning 50K account. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's one-time use per person though, not per account. So I can't just buy a lightning 50K account, that's 40% off, and then a 25K account. Okay, code TJR will save you 30% off after that, but there is a one-time TJR, the code is TJR40. That is going to save you guys 40% off. It's a one-time code that you guys can use. That is going to be activated for this video and probably will only last till the end of today. So take advantage of that. This is like literally the biggest sale that they have done, and they gave it to me for this video, which is really, really awesome of them. Now, let's get into their accounts. Again, if you guys want to look through the Google Doc and do compare and contrast of all the pros and cons, I've already laid it out in there. But Tradeify, their best accounts are going to be their instant funding accounts, okay? A lot of people will choose between their select accounts or their lightning accounts, which gives you instant fundings, okay? The select accounts are great as well because you have the opportunity to be able to get daily payouts, which is pretty sick, okay? So if you're trading on a $150,000 account, and you're able to pass this evaluation, you can literally, one, be able to pass the evaluation in the span of 3 days and then be able to be qualified for a payout in 4 days. This is one of the only prop firms in the industry where you are able to start an account challenge on Monday and then be able to receive a payout by Friday by going through with these select accounts. Now, the Lightning instant funding accounts are very, very interesting because like I was saying at the beginning of this video, there are some prop trading accounts that you do not need to pass a challenge in order to jump onto a live account. So again, typically how the prop firm industry works is you pay money to be able to take the challenge. You take the challenge, you try and pass. If you pass, awesome, they move you onto another account, and then on that account, you're able to earn money on that and you're able to request a payout. However, some prop firm companies have these instant funding accounts where they say, hey, if you truly believe in yourself, we're going to give you a very large one-time fee. And if you guys use code TJR, then you guys are going to get or if you guys want to use code TJR40 for these Lightning accounts, you guys can save 40% off on a one time. Or if you guys are using this a second time, you guys can just use code TJR. You guys can also use code TJR on Alpha Futures, forgot to mention that, to be able to save 10 or 20%. It depends on what account that you guys are choosing. Code TJR on Tradeify saves you guys 30%. So again, use my name all across here, you're gonna save a whole bunch of money. But Lightning funded accounts are very, very great because you do not need an evaluation. There's no evaluation, you just instantly jump in with funding. Now, don't be fooled. You still have to be good at trading. You're probably saying, well, I suck at trading. I'm just going to take the one that you don't have to do a challenge in order to get funding for. Well, that's the thing. On this, there are some rules still set in place for you guys in order to make it not difficult for you guys to be able to get a payout, but there are some rules in line that are, I guess, make it so that you still have to be good at trading in order to be qualified for a payout. Now, what are some of those rules? Well, the payout frequency, there's a 5-day payout frequency. You can only have a max amount of 5 accounts on this, but the big one is the 20% consistency rule. So that means you need to, at minimum, need, what is that going to be? Around like 5 or 6 trades that encapsulate the total amount that you are requesting a payout for. So again, this 20% consistency rule is very, very different from the Alpha Futures 50% consistency rule. And it actually, when you think about it, in terms of risk and trades required to reach a payout, it ends up pretty much being the exact same thing. Because on this, you need a minimum of 2 trading days, and we know that it's going to take a minimum of 3 trades in order for us to be able to pass this. So that means there's three trades at the minimum for us to be able to pass the challenge, and then for us to be able to be qualified to, or for us to be able to trade on the qualified account and then be able to receive a payout, There's no consistency rule, but we need a minimum of 5 trading days. So really all that we need to do is we just need to win on 1 trading day. So that means 4 trading days total. And then just do like the bare minimum required to be able to hit these trading days. So realistically, you're taking 4 trades in order to get a payout on the Alpha Futures Advanced plan, and you're needing 6 winning trades in order to get a payout on the Tradeify plan. So at the end of the day, it ends up being pretty much the same whether you're passing the challenge and then going onto a live account and then getting a payout, or skipping the challenge phase and just jumping straight into funding due to this consistency rule. Now, again, I'm here and I'm unbiased for you guys. Personally, I think it's better to go with something like a select account where there's going to be daily payout offerings instead of the lightning funded and instant funding accounts. A lot of people really like these lightning funded accounts from Tradeify. I don't blame them. You know, if you're a very consistent trader, you have pretty decent daily loss limit, pretty decent drawdown, a good amount of contracts for you guys to use, and you can stack these accounts. There's 5 accounts that you guys can use on top of this, and you don't even have to think about potentially passing the eval. You can just jump straight into trading how you want. So yeah, that kind of covers pretty much the majority of prop firms and how the prop firm space works and why it's beneficial for you guys. Because again, think about it like this. You're putting up $500 to potentially have access to be able to trade with $150,000 as long as you can stick within these rules. And you're going to be able to get payouts upwards of $2,500, $5,000, right? So these prop firms are a very, very advantageous tool. I would be doing you guys a disservice without being able to cover these and tell you guys the pros and cons of each of them. And again, if you guys want the Google Doc going in a lot of depth about the growth accounts, the select accounts, the lightning accounts, the zero accounts, the standard plans, and the advanced accounts, all of that is going to be in the Google Doc below. You guys can use code TJR to save you guys some money on Alpha Futures. And remember, on Tradeify, there's a code TJR40 to be able to save you guys 40% off on any of these funded accounts. Okay, so if you guys want to select 150K account, you guys can use code TJR40. And then once you use that 40% off code, from there, if you guys use code TJR, you guys can use that on a daily basis. It's going to save yourself 30% off. So the first code is going to be TJR40 on the Tradeify one. And then from there, you guys can use code just TJR to save yourself 30% off on the rest of these. So with that being said, I love and appreciate you guys.
All right, y'all, that's going to wrap up the video. Again, that Google Doc he was talking about right here in the description if y'all want to access that. Good information to know. This is actually very important. Again, with a lot of traders starting out, we probably not going to be using our own money or want to use our own money to do this. So a great way to kind of scale our money and be able to trade once we can demonstrate that we're profitable traders on a consistent basis. That's when I think we should transition over to the funded accounts. Again, make sure I go hit that sub button, notification bell. Make sure I like the video, comment, do all that good stuff. So y'all not missing any of the content. Also, it helps out on the channel a lot. Make sure y'all go ahead and hit the Discord, hit the Twitch, all that good stuff down there in the description. And I'll see y'all in the next one.